incredibly rare, and I'm pretty sure black bear is like less than 5% of
Don't fuck! He's in the water! He's in the water, bro!
Tonight, we look at 6 disturbing camping encounters caught on camera. Real moments, real danger. Don't forget to subscribe for more terrifying footage like this. Let's begin. On December 21st, 2024, the YouTube channel Sailing Supernova shared a harrowing account of a rare pirate encounter at sea. An attack that took place just a week earlier during a voyage between Venezuela and Grenada. Facing visa constraints, the crew had no option but to set sail despite challenging conditions.
We're running our port engine off of a different fuel tank. We have a day tank installed, and it basically holds 3 of these jerry cans, a hair less. So that's why we have so many of these jerry cans in the cockpit. But because we're going to be doing some sailing soon, we're going to be cleaning up the cockpit. So these jerry cans have to go forward. We have a couple more jerry cans forward, but we probably won't be needing those, and we still have some full ones left in the cockpit. So we just didn't want to be bringing full jerry cans back from the fuel locker in like crazy waves and everything. That's why we started with this in the cockpit. And it looks ridiculous, but we just didn't want to be going forward with heavy jerry cans. Now I get to go forward with really light jerry cans. That's most of them. We're gonna stick a couple of them down below in here, and we'll reorganize when we're not out here rolling around. Oh, there's birds. Maybe there's some fish.
I just noticed on the chart plotter that we've gone over 8,000 nautical miles, and that's since around the end of July last year when we left on this big trip. So that's a pretty big achievement for us.
Their catamaran was outfitted with temporary fuel solutions and backup systems due to ongoing engine issues. With fuel tanks filled and equipment secured, they departed from Los Roques and began what they expected to be a 3-day offshore journey.
Good morning, everybody. It's day 1 of our hopefully 3-day sail from Venezuela, Los Roques, to Grenada. And we are going directly into the wind and the waves. Right now, the wind is 23 knots and literally 0 degrees. So, a bit rough. I slept okay, thankfully. Darcy's gone to sleep now. I think he had a bit of a rough night. A few things not going quite perfectly. Our day tank that we're using over on the port side until we can get to fuel line that we weren't able to get in the ABC Islands to fix that problem. We were worried about a little bit of air getting in because it's so rough. So we're just topping it up with jerry cans every couple of hours. But still much better than what we were doing beforehand, which was just using the jerry cans straight into that engine. The bilge pump on the starboard side is just working continually, even though once it empties out the water on that side that's getting in a little bit, it should turn off on its own. So we've got to kind of continually go in and flick that off so it doesn't just run for the next 3 days straight. But yeah, just little things like that, nothing major. It looks like it's going to be a nice day. The sun's just gotten up, and hopefully that wind sits down a little bit like it's supposed to, but you can never really trust those weather forecasts completely.
The crossing proved more grueling than anticipated. Battling headwinds and high seas, the crew had to manually refill the engine's day tank and manage a malfunctioning bilge pump. Despite the chaos, there were moments of calm and even fishing as they adjusted to the rhythm of offshore sailing.
We were just getting ready to start sailing, and we were doing a walk around the boat and found this bolt. Not sure where it's from. We've looked everywhere. It was just sitting on the cabin top on one of the solar panels as though it's fallen down, but we can't tell. We've looked everywhere, so hopefully it's not something important. But we're going to have to keep a lookout for that. And also the wind has died down nicely. It was getting up between like 25 and around that pretty much most of the way, and slowly dropping down. Now it's all the way down to 10. So we'll probably have to either sail slowly or wait till a bit more wind comes before we can start like really sailing well. But I'm going to make the most of that and do some fishing, because I definitely didn't feel like fishing earlier when we were like blasting. Started feeling a bit seasick, but now I'm good to catch a fish. So fingers crossed I get something.
To shorten their route, they made a calculated decision to tack closer to the Venezuelan mainland, skirting areas near Isla Margarita and Los Testigos.
I'm on shift now. It's a bit after 2 a.m. and Darcy's just gone down to the room to sleep. He has slept up in the saloon a little bit this passage because it's been so noisy and rolly and rocky and everything, but it's so much calmer right now, so he's gone down to the room. I think it's calmer because different point of sail, wind is nowhere near as much, and so the waves aren't nearly as much. And then also we're sailing, so it's also just better in every aspect. But yeah, the wind for the first day was like 25 most of the time, and now it is only 14, so much different, much nicer for upwind sailing anyway. And in the wave, we ended up reefing the jib before he went to bed. The wind was still up around 20, or had gotten up to around 20, and was kind of hovering between 17 and 18, 19, 20. And we have the waves on the beam now because we've changed that point of sail, and so we were kind of rocking to the side a bit, and we were both kind of like, I think we worry a fair bit about capsizing. It's one of the many or few, I don't know, downsides of a catamaran. So yeah, we reefed just to be extra safe because it's at night time and just me up here. So now we have a reefed mainsail and a reefed head sail, but we're still kind of flying along about 4 knots, so it's pretty good when the wind is only like 14, 13. We thought we turned at the right angle so that we could miss the islands. We definitely missed the first set of islands that we went past and we could see, but there's further islands further down called Islas Tortugas? Oh no, Testigos. Islas Testigos.
Though this region was known for piracy, calmer waters offered a temporary reprieve from the battering waves. As night fell and the wind intensified again, complications mounted. Sail batons came loose, ropes tangled, and emergency maneuvers were made to stabilize the vessel. Then came the moment of crisis.
So I've just made my second cup of tea for the night, and I thought I'd show you how much we've cleared up in here. It's amazing. Even though this has been the roughest passage we've ever had, nothing has fallen to the ground, so you'd probably be super proud of us. I'll show you. As you can see there, the spices, Darcy! Darcy! Darcy, wake up! There's a boat! Get up! Hey! Hey! What are you doing?
Engine!
Turn up!
Turn the lights off! Lights off! The nav lights! We gotta tack! We have to tack!
A small high-speed boat approached rapidly in the darkness. With no time to lose, the crew shut off all lights, activated silent mode on their AIS system, and started the engines. Before they could fully evade, one of the assailants managed to board the vessel. However, a crew member's swift response startled the intruder, causing him to drop his weapon into the sea. Realizing the advantage had been lost, the attackers fled. The entire ordeal lasted under 30 seconds, but its impact would linger. In hindsight, the sailors admitted that navigating closer to the mainland was a misstep, as was carrying too much sail in unstable conditions. However, their disciplined emergency planning likely prevented a much worse outcome. They refrained from radio communication, using satellite messaging to contact a friend who alerted the Grenadian Coast Guard.
Next, we're going to go over the few injuries that we did suffer. Yvette had a bruised arm when she got hit, and then when she was running back to the cockpit, she slipped and fell and has hurt her back. We were hoping that it was going to get better a little faster, but it's kind of a bit nagging and it's taking a bit longer to improve to the level that we would like it. But still doing okay. I pretty much got out of it without being hurt. I had a bloody nose, and that was pretty much it. And this wasn't like a long, drawn out, like punch for punch fight. This was over very quickly. Like 30 seconds or less, it was over. So the worst of the injuries are Yvette's back. The bruising on the arm is largely gone. She had trouble using her arm for a couple of days after, but the back is the main thing from the slip and the fall. Another question is when or if this was reported to the Coast Guard. Yes, it was reported immediately within 5 minutes of the attack taking place. It was reported to the Coast Guard through our friend Brian. And then we also contacted the Coast Guard. We've had interviews with the Coast Guard as well as we've reported it to our individual country consulates. So it's been reported to everyone. It's on the Caribbean safety net for cruisers as well, the location of the attack. So that has all been done. If anyone is wondering, the Coast Guard did come to us and we did interviews on the Coast Guard boat to give them all the information that we possibly could, and they did check out Supernova.
The authorities responded promptly, and the event has been formally documented across multiple safety networks. Although the crew escaped with only minor injuries, a bruised back and a bloody nose, the psychological scars remain. And while their quick thinking likely saved their lives, it raises unsettling questions. What would have happened had the pirate not dropped his weapon? How many other similar attacks go unreported in these remote waters? Let us know what you think in the comments, and if you want more real sailing survival stories, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next voyage. Hold on a sec. If you're enjoying this so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue. Deep within the Canadian Rockies lies a remote location known as Spirit Camp, a site once used by Indigenous peoples for ceremonial burials. Over the years, it has gained a chilling reputation. Even tribal elders now avoid the area, citing unexplained disturbances of ancient graves, eerie sounds echoing through the woods, and unsettling sightings that leave experienced visitors unnerved. One man, seeking answers to the legends, embarks on a 4-day solo expedition into Spirit Camp. But unlike typical adventurers who document their journeys with narration or commentary, he chooses silence. His camera runs passively, simply recording whatever might unfold. For the first couple of days, the forest seems peaceful. Wildlife passes through. The campsite remains undisturbed, and nothing appears out of the ordinary. But that calm doesn't last. On the second night, as darkness consumes the forest, an unnatural sound breaks the stillness. Powerful, resonant roar that echoes through the trees. It's unnervingly loud and oddly similar to a lion's roar, despite the fact that no such predators exist in this region. Moments later, a series of heavy knocks ring out, as if something is striking the trees with force. Those familiar with wilderness legends may recognize this as a signature of reported Bigfoot activity. Wood knocks, distant howls, and primal vocalizations often linked to the creature's presence. Skeptics suggest the sounds could belong to known animals like elk or bears, but neither matches the vocal tone or rhythmic knocks captured on camera. The depth of the roar and the deliberate pacing of the strikes raise more questions than answers. Could it be an undiscovered species? Or perhaps a well-executed hoax? Still, many who have studied similar encounters believe this might be another brush with the unexplained. No matter what theory you lean toward, one fact remains. If you were alone in those woods and heard that roar yourself, loud, close, and undeniably real, would you dare stay the night? Let us know in the comments. And if you're brave enough to follow more real encounters, make sure to subscribe for the next story. Published on July 5, 2025, this video opens with a peaceful, almost idyllic atmosphere. The host, Tommy Dial, is spending his time at an off-grid cabin tucked deep within the Midwest mountains. Viewers are treated to classic summer content, freshwater fishing, cabin renovations, and tranquil nature scenes. It's a typical outdoor vlog, centered around self-sufficiency and quiet living. But hidden within this serene footage lies an extraordinary and rare wildlife encounter. Tommy's day begins as usual: breakfast, fishing by the creek, and some handiwork around the cabin.
After making our way down the mountain, the first thing on our agenda was to get this cabin cooled off because that summer heat was in full effect.
Okay.
Later, as part of his routine, he reviews footage from trail cameras positioned throughout the surrounding woods. Initially, the clips reveal nothing out of the ordinary: deer, raccoons, birds. Then, something unexpected appears.
Yep, that is a black bear. Oh my goodness. Look at him. If dangerous, why so fluffy? Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, here's the bear. Is that a deer with it? Wait. Look at the color of this bear. That is a, they call these like a cinnamon bear. Come on, tell me there's more. What? These are literally some of the most rare bears. You see these mainly in states like Colorado, but here in Oklahoma, these are like incredibly rare. And I'm pretty sure black bears, like less than 5% of black bears are this color. So this is super, super rare to see one of these cinnamon colored black bears. Oh my goodness. There's gotta be more of them on here somewhere. And they had the camera fogged up. There he is again. Wow. Oh my gosh. Holy, that sucker's big. You kidding me? They're enjoying the view. Look at them. Oh, a cub. No way.
black bear, but not an ordinary one. This bear has a unique reddish-gold coat, a distinct trait known as the cinnamon phase of black bears. These rare genetic variants make up a small fraction of the black bear population and are more commonly seen in places like Colorado. Spotting one in Oklahoma is incredibly uncommon. As Tommy continues reviewing the footage, the rarity of the sighting becomes even more apparent. The same bear appears multiple times, giving clearer views of its striking color and considerable size. Eventually, he spots not just one, but multiple bears. At one point, 3 are visible at once. Over the course of several clips, it becomes evident that at least 5 different bears have passed through the area, including a cub, suggesting this isn't just a passing visit, but an active bear habitat. While the footage lacks the typical elements of danger, no confrontations or unsettling noises, it delivers something equally compelling: unfiltered access to a rarely seen side of the wild. The appearance of a cinnamon-colored bear is a significant moment for any wildlife enthusiast. It's a reminder that even in familiar forests, nature can surprise us with its mystery and beauty. Tommy handles the discovery with quiet awe, not as spectacle, but with appreciation and respect. His response reflects a deep connection to the wilderness and a clear understanding of how rare this sighting truly is. This wasn't a close call. No threats, no escape, just rare beauty quietly unfolding in front of a lens. But maybe that's exactly what makes it so unforgettable. How would you react if one of the rarest bears in North America appeared on your trail camera? Let us know in the comments. And if stories like this inspire you, don't forget to subscribe. There's much more to come. The YouTube channel Whitey's Fishing is known for showcasing intense and adventurous outdoor fishing content. But in this particular upload, what was meant to be a routine trip quickly escalated into a dangerous and life-threatening situation. 3 teenagers, Jacob, Sam, and 15-year-old Ray, head out to a rocky shoreline in hopes of landing some fish. Despite less than perfect weather, they proceed, expecting a typical day by the water. But early into the outing, things take a sudden and terrifying turn.
Oi, I don't reckon you're getting it. What's it called? Oi, 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 don't, fuck! He's in the water, dude! Dude, just try to swim towards us, bro. Oi, oi. Chuck us a pole. Oi, oi, you just be on wave watch. Oi, oi, hold that. Go, just climb yourself up. Oh! Oi, oi, fuck. Dude. Oi, big one, fuck. You're gonna have to come up, dude. Try come up. Hold that. Oh, dude, you're gonna fucking cut yourself. It's all good, don't worry about the rod. It's just, here, hold this. Go, climb. All right, try get a foot grip. Just try get a foot grip.
Shortly after arriving, Ray attempts to retrieve a snagged lure, moving closer to the edge of the rocks. That's when a sudden wave crashes in, sweeping him off his feet and into the turbulent water below. The footage that follows is chaotic, emotional, and unfiltered. The camera captures the escalating panic as Jacob and Sam realize the severity of the situation. They can't jump in after him. Doing so would risk all of their lives. Instead, they frantically try to guide Ray back toward shore, shouting directions and scanning for anything they can use to help. A fishing rod, a rope, even their own hands if it comes to that. Waves continue to hammer the rocks, pushing Ray in and out, draining his strength and making it nearly impossible to gain a foothold. The cold, the current, and the chaos combine into a terrifying battle for survival. Despite their fear, the boys remain focused. They keep talking to Ray, trying to keep him calm, even as they themselves are clearly overwhelmed. Their attempts at creating makeshift rescue tools barely keep pace with the power of the ocean.
Reed, come this way, swim out here. Just swim out here, man. Sam, get ready. Just swim up. I reckon just try climb the rocks. Here, you up, yup. Go, go, go. Just start climbing, just fuck. Or you gotta swim this way.
Oi, just stay calm.
Just stay calm, that's all you can do. Ah! Dude, fuck! Oi, oi, oi! Dude! No! Fuck, man! Oh, big wave, big wave! Go, grandma! Oh, no! Fuck! Oi! Just stay as calm as you can, man. Yeah, I know, it fucking slipped. Oi! I think this isn't a good idea. You just gotta try and grab the rocks. Fuck, man. Gotta come this way. Oi, oi, here. Get ready. Swim right, swim right. Swim this way. Yeah. Oi, oi, another big one. Another big one. This is fucked. Fuck, man.
Time stretches on. With every crashing wave, the risk grows. Ray is visibly exhausted, clinging to hope and to the guidance of his friends as he fights to stay afloat. Eventually, after what feels like an eternity, Ray is able to get close enough to the rocks to make a final push. The others reach down, helping him climb, pulling him up as the waves slam into the rocks behind him. When he finally scrambles to safety, the moment is raw and overwhelming. The boys collapse together, shaken and breathless, fully aware of how narrowly they avoided disaster. This wasn't a near miss caused by bad luck. It was the result of a calculated risk taken in a high-risk environment. And yet, their ability to stay calm, communicate, and avoid impulsive decisions likely saved Ray's life. Many similar stories don't end this way. The video stands as a visceral reminder: no fish is worth putting yourself, or your friends, in danger. Coastal rocks may seem stable, but the sea can change in an instant. Would you have known what to do if you were in their position? Or would panic have taken over? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more real stories that show both the thrill and danger of the wild, make sure to subscribe. The next story might be one you'll never forget. In the heart of the Canadian Rockies lies a remote location known as Spirit Camp. Once considered sacred ground by indigenous communities and used for ceremonial burials, the area has since become the subject of countless unsettling rumors. Over the years, even local elders have chosen to avoid it. Stories persist of disturbed graves, disembodied voices echoing through the forest, and strange phenomena that leave seasoned hikers uneasy. One man, hoping to uncover the truth behind these tales, ventures alone into Spirit Camp for 4 nights. He brings no narration, no commentary, just a silent camera, left to capture whatever the wilderness might reveal.
Спиннинг я сути не доставал. Еще ни разу не рыбачил. Все оборудование. Вон сколько всего. Рыбачить буду на вертушечку, вот на такую. Вертушка та же с прошлого года. Ничего у меня не поменялось. Пришлось, короче, все это дело обрезать. Сходил, подумал, даже бумага есть. Мало ли мысли записать. Ну все, ребята, спиннинг собрал. Короче, еще один поводок нашел на запас. Такой ядреный, как вот этот чай. Очень крепко завалился. Сейчас тихонько пойду, покидаю. В этой речке есть и хариус, и щука. Так, беру только самое необходимое. Короче, не клюет. Конечно, и время уже поздновато, но я думаю, надо сменить лежит. Накидался. Вот эта кепка, она, конечно, классная, все, но она насквозь вся светится. Гнус, вот эта вся машкара, через нее едят, как я не знаю, как будто ничего на голове нету. Приходится надевать вот так вот капюшон. Капюшон надеваешь, блин, жарко. В общем, есть нюансы. Порвал нить, ну, короче, сам узел завязал. Сейчас буду разматывать и обрезать лишнее. Ну и чай я попью и пойду с этой стороны.
The first couple of days pass without event. Wildlife is seen wandering near camp, and the environment seems serene. Just another peaceful stretch of time in the backcountry. But everything changes on the second night. As the forest falls into darkness, a sound breaks the stillness. A deep guttural roar echoes through the trees, far louder and more resonant than any animal typically found in the region. Its tone is strangely reminiscent of a lion, an animal not native to this part of the world. Seconds later, the silence is shattered again, this time by sharp, heavy knocks against the trees. The rhythmic pounding is a signature often associated with alleged Bigfoot encounters, commonly referred to as wood knocks. Such reports frequently include unidentifiable vocalizations and haunting howls carried on the night air. Skeptics might suggest it was an elk, or perhaps a bear, but neither theory aligns perfectly with the sounds captured. The roar was too powerful, the knocks too deliberate. The combination has fueled speculation that something more mysterious may have been responsible, something rarely seen but often reported in wilderness lore. Whether it was a known animal or something unexplained, one thing is certain. The sound alone would have sent most people running. Would you have stayed to find out what made it? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're drawn to real unsolved encounters from the wild, hit subscribe. There's always another story waiting. This wasn't the first time this couple had gone camping, but it might be the last time they willingly returned to that particular forest. The video comes from the Exploring with Bear channel, hosted by Jerry, also known online as J-Bear. Known for venturing deep into remote wilderness in search of the unknown, Jerry has documented countless solo explorations over the years, but this trip stood apart from the rest. On this occasion, he wasn't alone. His wife, Tiffany, joined him for a camping trip in what he referred to as Bigfoot territory.
Hey! My beautiful wife, Tiffany, has agreed to come out Bigfoot hunting and camping with me tonight. And we're actually probably only about 5-10 minutes away from the place right now. And we pulled over. There's a lake and woods all around us right now. Well, right now we're out in the middle of like nowhere. So I figure this is probably the best time to tell you where we're going to be going camping. You don't watch none of my videos though, so she don't really know. Anyway, where psychopaths have attacked before. That was like 1.5 years ago though. This is where the tent that got mangled of mine, and I had to get a new tent and everything. This is where that happened.
You said we were going somewhere safer.
Well, it's been 1.5 years. So that's a long time. But time heals all wounds. That's a long time. You know, what's the chances of another psychopath showing up tonight?
Right there.
Here comes one now.
Here it is.
By the way, we're on a road where there's hardly ever any cars to go down. Till now.
A heavily wooded region surrounded by lakes and steeped in eerie past experiences. In a previous solo visit, Jerry's tent was reportedly damaged during the night by an unknown force. Though he never confirmed whether it was an animal or person, the memory stuck with him. The journey into the forest began with a disturbing sign. 2 large trees had been bent unnaturally across the trail.
So Duber, I did another thing for you earlier. I came out here, I knew this place is out in the middle of nowhere. It's probably not being used and it's gonna be all overgrown. So, and I'm glad I did because now it's night. So I had to remove like 2 trees out of the road. And then, oh, wait till you see these bends. So one of the signs for Sasquatch is, we'll have to look for more. But bent trees, weirdly bent trees. And that's right by the campus. It was like something was trying to block the entrance with all the trees going across and then the 2 bent trees. So wait till you see it. I'll show it to you. But it's so pretty interesting right off the bat. But I did clear it all out for you. So now we're not going to have like, we got to walk through like tick magnets. And it'll be nicer. It'll be nicer to move around the canyon.
Something Jerry quickly pointed out as a potential territorial marker, commonly mentioned in Sasquatch lore. Whether coincidence or warning, the site left an impression on both of them. After clearing the path, they arrived at the camp and tried to maintain a relaxed atmosphere. Tiffany admired the nearby lake, while Jerry introduced a stash of snacks he'd brought for comfort. But beneath the lighthearted moments, a quiet tension lingered. Jerry recounted a past event in which strange audio was recorded near an apple he'd left out overnight, suggesting he didn't view these legends as mere folklore. As night fell, that unease deepened. Their vehicle's lights briefly flickered despite being turned off, an unsettling occurrence in an area with no nearby infrastructure.
Oh, come on.
Just a gunshot.
Oh my gosh. No.
Oh, it's what, 11?
No.
Is it midnight yet? It's really late actually right now.
Who shoots a gun at 11 o'clock at night?
That's what just crossed my mind when I heard it. Like, it is awfully late for that. Maybe it was a firework. It's close to the fort. Or psychopath. They're out here.
Then came a single, distant gunshot. It was late, around midnight, and the sound cut through the quiet in a way that immediately changed the tone of the night. Too far to see, but close enough to hear clearly, it wasn't something they could easily dismiss. Earlier that day, they had found signs of prior human activity deep in the forest. An old satellite dish half buried in brush, broken fencing, and other odd debris far from any marked path. But what stood out the most were the trees. Several trunks were bent, not snapped, and appeared twisted in a deliberate pattern, often in the same direction. Jerry repeatedly pointed out the frequency of these formations, suggesting it was too consistent to be natural. As the hours passed, Tiffany's discomfort grew more visible. She spoke of an unshakable feeling that something was off, not just eerie, but fundamentally wrong. And Jerry, normally the one to dismiss those fears with humor or logic, didn't argue this time. His tone shifted. He spoke less, and the weight of the setting finally seemed to settle in. What made this video stand out wasn't a sudden jump scare or a dramatic confrontation. It was the slow, creeping sense of dread. The bent trees, the strange sounds, and the disorienting atmosphere all contributed to a feeling that something wasn't right. Viewers noted that Jerry, typically confident and composed, began to change. His demeanor softened, his voice grew quieter, and his usual playful tone gave way to caution. Whether the cause was natural or something less explainable, one thing was certain: the forest had an undeniable presence. Would you camp in a place where even seasoned explorers hesitate to return? Tell us in the comments, and if you want more real encounters that leave you questioning what's out there, don't forget to subscribe. The next story may change the way you see the woods. That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.